Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see. Help our channel to keep growing and keep fighting the war to save pop culture. Together, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. Enjoy, and thanks. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today with a breaking rumor that came to me independently from two separate sources, alleging that Disney is feeling a sense of panic and desperation over Lightyear, is fed up with the wokeness over at Pixar, and called an emergency meeting to deal with the situation this past Monday evening. What allegedly happened at that meeting I will reveal to you all in a moment, but first let's lay out some background about what has happened to Lightyear. From what I hear, Disney is upset with Pixar not so much for the wokeness in the movie itself, but the wokeness of the staff on social media, kicking the hornet's nest and making the Lightyear controversy even worse at a time when Disney needs more controversy, like a Mouseketeer needs a hole in their Mickey Mouse Club hat. For those of you who don't know, Lightyear has been a box office bomb, being beaten by Universal's Jurassic World domination in its second week of release, and shocked Disney executives are scrambling in fear to understand what went wrong and fix the situation, if possible.
It is a cliché for a reason, after all. Go woke, go broke. What did Disney expect after essentially taking a woke whiz all over half the country? I saw it coming a mile away, and I'm just a disembodied skull in a mystic bubble of entropy and corn syrup. The skull of Calderon has a point. No body, but a point. When no politician can seem to get much over 50% support in elections, why did Disney think they could take political sides and not lose 50% of their audience? I'm not surprised by Lightyear bombing. Under the circumstances, I'd be surprised if it didn't bomb. Regarding bombs, the way things are trending, they should consider changing their name from Disney to Dresden. Just a few letters difference. Shouldn't be too hard. Think about it, Chapek. The Walt Dresden Corporation. It has a nice ring to it.
Chapek and the Disney board have a lot on their minds these days, Harvey. They may not get around to that name change, but let me tell you, they're upset and they're scrambling because Lightyear was a stress test for Disney, a stress test they have apparently failed. After disclosures of Disney's agenda and political leanings, they were worried. Would Lightyear suffer at the box office for Disney's political sins? In an article titled Lightyear Box Office Behind Pixar Movie's Family Problem, The Hollywood Reporter states, quote, Pixar movies have always been known for attracting both younger and older adults who don't have kids, but the family turnout for Lightyear was notably light. In June 2019, about 45% of ticket buyers for Toy Story 4 were kids and parents. Kids are notorious for being repeat viewers, which can propel a big screen movie to enjoy incredible multiples. Nor did it help that Lightyear became a political punching bag for conservative Republican lawmakers when a same-gender kiss scene was reinstated in the film after Pixar employees said Disney was censoring overtly gay affection following the uproar over Disney CEO Bob Chapek's handling of Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill. Following the movie's opening over Father's Day weekend, U.S. Representative Jim Jordan, a Republican of Ohio, who is the minority-ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee and has 2.8 million followers, tweeted June 21st, quote, Buzz Lightyear went woke, Disney went broke, unquote, and a verified Twitter account for the GOP Judiciary Committee boasting more than 223,000 followers, followed by tweeting, Make Toy Story great again. Unquote.
Well, all that being what it is, what you don't do is cast Chris Evans instead of Tim Allen. Buzz Lightyear is Allen's role, and like what you say, Doomcock, you dance with the one who brung you.
Indeed, Harvey. And while that certainly played some part in the disappointment at the box office, Disney seems to be privately acknowledging what we all recognize as fact. Their wokeness is hurting their bottom line, and I have a rumor about how Disney is seeking to salvage the situation. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to tell you is information I learned from two separate independent sources who contributed different pieces of the puzzle. Sources who claim knowledge of the situation inside Disney and or Pixar, but since I cannot independently verify this information, I must present it to you as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So on Monday, June 20th at 9:47 p.m., I received the following message from one of my Hollywood spies. It said, quote, "We've been told Pixar has been called into a meeting within an hour ago. More as we get it," unquote. Now, it was late when I received this message. I sent a brief follow-up with some questions and then went to bed. In the morning, I received another message from a separate source. Quote, "I hear that people associated with Pixar and Lightyear received a message to stay quiet throughout the opening weekend. Rumor is Disney wants control of the message starting Wednesday and Thursday, and they don't want any more screw-ups. In other words, Pixar, shut up," unquote. Thinking, hey, this may be what came out of that emergency meeting late on Monday, I followed up with my Hollywood spies and received the following information. Quote, "Seriously, we don't know exactly what is going on. We have been on calls for the past 3 days almost nonstop. Something is going down. We're trying to get a bead on it. As soon as I can, I'll get you up to speed. Lots of information," unquote. At that point, I followed up with my second source, tipping them off about the meeting and asking if they believed these two bits of information were linked. This source then replied, quote, "If they're doing a late-night meeting previously unscheduled with the execs, that may be the Wednesday meeting moved up. That's a very interesting rumor you've got there," unquote. Then I received a follow-up from my Hollywood spies who told me, quote, "Just to give you a heads up, the Pixar meeting was over the Kiss and Chris Evans' Twitter feed," unquote.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Chris Evans shooting his mouth off on Twitter? Wonder of wonders. Who'd have thunk it?
That's right, Harvey. Apparently, Disney is very unhappy with Pixar pouring gasoline on the box office bonfire that is Lightyear. We said all along on this channel, wokeness has deeply damaged the Disney brand, and this damage will almost certainly be long-term. Families offended by Disney's political agenda in their shows and movies are not likely to forget or forgive. Parents need to know their kids aren't going to be brainwashed by the cartoons and shows they watch with ideas that the parents disapprove of. Now, you can say that the parents are right or wrong in their beliefs. That's a matter for debate. But trying to force views that parents object to rightly or wrongly on their kids is a terrible thing. A thing not easily forgotten by parents who have it hard enough as it is. Disney has a massive PR problem right now, and it does appear that this problem is finally starting to impact their bottom line. As my second source on this story put it, Disney is so upset with Pixar over Lightyear, quote, "Because it's on track to lose hundreds of millions of dollars. Pixar came out against Chapek, making him look bad, and their next movie reportedly goes farther than Lightyear on culturally divisive stuff," unquote.
What will it be? RuPaul's Jungle Book with Baloo the bear in drag on a stripper pole? Adds a new dimension to the bare necessities, doesn't it? First Disney movie with a G-string, Bravo, Pixar. How stunning and brave.
All I can say is, Disney has been headed for a fall for a long time now. They want control of the woke narrative around Lightyear at this point, but I think it's too late. The public has their own narrative, and no amount of blue pills served up by the mouse are going to change that. Pride goeth before the fall, Disney, and thanks to wokeness, it looks like this summer, fall has come early. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.